Greetings, fellow travelers. The last time we visited the animal kingdom, we trekked through the oasis and discussed some of the original ideas for what this area might have looked like, and as well as the beginnings of the park. Today we will move across the bridge and take a look at the animals that call the Discovery Island Trails home, and get a look at the Tree of Life and learn a little bit about this area. The village that surrounds these gardens was once known as Safari Village, later changed to Discovery Island, and is about the adoration of nature and described by Imagineers as the over-the-top celebration of the beauty, the wonder, the richness, the diversity, the majesty of animal life on Earth, which we can explore in another video later on, as each of these buildings are very well themed and full of stories. For now, it's the trails that we want to explore. Originally called the Tree of Life Gardens, this area opened to the public on May 24th of 1998. The name changed a few more times throughout the years, becoming the Discovery Island Gardens and finally Discovery Island Trails. Winding around the base of the Tree of Life, these beautifully landscaped pathways are removed from heavy crowds found in other areas of the park, while giving us up-close views of the carvings that decorate the Tree of Life, as well as pass through tunnels created by the tree's roots. The Tree of Life represents and serves as the central icon for the animal kingdom and is considered a tribute to mankind's respect of nature and life on Earth. And here we find the often overlooked Otter Grotto, sponsored by OtterBox. The water portion of this exhibit holds 67,000 gallons, and enrichment is an important part of animal care at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. This grotto gives the otters opportunities to display natural behaviors such as climbing, hunting, and exploring. It stimulates them both mentally and physically. Logs and rocks in this habitat not only serve as places to climb and explore, but act as natural scratching, rubbing, and scent marking stations. We'll often find them playing here, and young pups use playtime as a way to practice the hunting and survival skills they'll need as an adult otter. Disney's small clawed otters learn to participate in their own medical care, responding to cues given by an animal care expert. The otters will present their hands and feet or open their mouths for dental checkups. To encourage use of their nimble paws, these otters are given clams and mussels to pry open, and one of their favorite snacks is fish popsicles. Here we also learn that otters are known as an indicator species. A healthy and growing holt, or otter home, is a sign that the surrounding ecosystem is healthy. The Walt Disney Company has committed itself to protecting the Asian Small Clawed Otter and their natural habitats. Habitat loss and pollution are shrinking the natural home of these animals. Throughout Asia, contamination and deforestation has decreased the streams and peat swamp forests that these otters call home. Pesticides and other chemicals and water runoff can make their environments unfit for otters, who in turn move into the shallow waters of rice fields. The Disney Conservation Fund for more than 20 years has supported projects throughout Asia to protect otters and other Asian wildlife. Found in only the tropical forest of northwestern Colombia and South America, the Cotton-top Tamarin is often found foraging high in trees for fruit and insects. As stated earlier, enrichment is a key theme at Disney. Here they provide coconut feeders and puzzle feeders containing special treats, which are hung in various locations throughout to encourage foraging and problem solving, which gives us plenty of opportunities to see the cotton-tops displaying natural behaviors. The small size of these animals makes medical procedures challenging. The veterinarians at Animal Kingdom will often use medical equipment designed for premature babies in order to provide care for these small monkeys. And here we are walking along the back trails, which give us another view of the 145-foot tall Tree of Life, which displays approximately 325 carvings of different types of animals. The base of the tree is a retrofitted oil rig. Inside the structure we can find the 4D attraction It's Tough to Be a Bug. Galapagos tortoises can be found near shady trees and open woodland on the Galapagos and Aldabra Islands. These massive land animals have a hard, bony top shell that measures nearly 5 feet and can weigh over 600 pounds. Galapagos tortoises cannot outrun predators and they rely on their shells for protection. In 1959, the Ecuadorian government created the Galapagos National Park to protect the habitat for these slow-moving giants. Visiting national parks is a great way to support wildlife around the world. More than 103,000 translucent green leaves of 5 shades top the branches of the Tree of Life. Each were individually placed and sway in the wind, as each branch is encircled by a giant expansion joint. The leaves are 4 different shapes and sizes and over a foot long each. A wind tunnel was built to determine if these branches could withstand winds of up to 100 miles per hour. Connected to the trunk are 45 secondary branches, 756 tertiary branches, and 7,891 end branches. The roughly 325 animals displayed on the Tree of Life are not supposed to look as if they were carved into the surface of the tree. They are supposed to give the impression that they grow out of it organically, designed to be reminiscent of looking up into the clouds and seeing the shapes of animals. The backstory for the Tree of Life, as written by the Imagineers, explains this organic approach. One day, our vegetation would grow on Discovery Island. There would be trees, shrubs, flowers, and birds. Now, it was a barren place of land. Then, one day, a tiny ant planted a seed and made a wish. He asked for a tree to grow, a tree large enough to provide shelter for all the animals. Magically, the ant's wish came true, and a tree began to grow, and it kept growing until there was room beneath its limbs for all the animal alphabet from A is for ant to Z is for zebra. And as the tree continued to reach for the heavens, the images of all the animal alphabet that took shelter beneath its shade appeared on its trunk, roots, and branches. If one looks close enough while walking these trails, the original ant can be spotted through a knothole hidden along the paths around the tree. Although the name may be confusing, the Paroon Shark Catfish is a type of catfish that only happens to look like a shark. These freshwater fish patrol the murky bottoms of rivers and lakes, always on prowl for crustaceans and other small aquatic life. The sculptors that carved the designs on this tree would study a pile of wood for reference. Discussions on what each branch should be, a banyan or emerging oak, a touch of cedar. This pile of wood served as inspiration for the textures of the animals, like the octopus's skin modeled on oak or the stripes of the tiger being banyan bark. Also known as the king of vultures, this is the largest vulture in Africa, with a wingspan reaching up to 9 feet and with one of the largest beaks of all birds of prey, which can tear into the thick hide of large animals. Originally, the base of the tree was to have the root restaurant, which would have been an upscale eatery. Another Imagineer had designed a Wonders of Nature show, and yet another did concept artwork for the Lion King show, which later evolved and moved to Camp Mickey mini area of the park. It was CEO Michael Eisner who suggested that bugs live in and under trees, and that Pixar Animation was working on the feature film A Bug's Life. Since bugs make up nearly 90% of what is referred to as the animal kingdom, It's Tough to Be a Bug opened 7 months before the release of the film that inspired it. And here we get multiple views into a collared and ring-tailed lemur exhibit. Ring-tailed lemurs reach maturity at 3 years. Occasionally they will eat insects and small vertebrates. Mainly this occurs in the dry season when food is scarce. Mostly they eat flowers, herbs, leaves, and fruit. Their forest home is shrinking at an alarming rate. In fact, satellite images suggest that ring-tailed habitat is vanishing faster than other forest habitats in Madagascar. Unlike most species of lemur, which are female dominant, collared lemurs are co-dominant, with no clear dominance hierarchy within groups. These lemurs reach maturity at 1 year of age, and like the ring-tailed, will eat a variety of plants in wet season. During dry, their diet consists of sap, soil, bark, and insects. Now we'll take a quick look at the cue for It's Tough to Be a Bug, where areas will make us feel like we've been shrunk down to the size of a bug. Enjoy the details. I'll catch you at the end. Thank you for joining me on this trek through Discovery Island trails at Disney's Animal Kingdom. This is Brad, and I will see you where our adventures take us next. Until next time, safe travels, everyone.